Just a couple weeks out from LCS, I'm joined right now by Froggen with coverage presented by Alienware to talk a little bit about his arrival on the Golden Guardians. Froggen, what happened during this long period of time where you weren't playing? I think a lot of people weren't sure if you were going to come back.
No, I was just streaming the entire time, waiting for like a good opportunity to join a team, and then eventually I ended up joining Golden Guardians.
So why Golden Guardians?
Um, so with the teams I talked to, it seems like Golden Guardians had like what they told me and like what the vision is for the future and like who they're trying to get on the team. It seems like it was the best option overall.
So one of the things that's striking to me, and I said this a little bit in my preseason coverage, was like it feels very much like last year for me, where they brought High this sort of aged veteran, and a lot of people were like, "Can this guy still cut it?" And then it turned out that he wasn't able to. Do you feel like you still have it? Can you perform at the top as a mid laner?
I think there's a misconception of why I'm not on a team last year. I have in no way performed poorly, I don't think. And I think 2017 Summer Split was actually the best I've ever played.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like just, I mean, when you're...
I think it's easily the best I've ever played, actually, from like a mechanical point of view. I think I beat every single player in mid lane. So, I don't know. To me, it's like a weird conception.
Yeah. Do you expect to stomp on people this year?
No, it's different meta. Everything changes. I think, especially this year, 2018, it turned into like a very big focus on team play and actually like having synergy and being able to team fight and back each other up. And it starts from very early in the game, so the laning phase is super short. In 2017, in the Summer Split when I played, the laning phase could be pretty long. Like it really could be 15, 20 minutes. So it's going to be way different this year, and I'll have to adapt to that.
Where is your drive at as a player? Because I know you're a player who, for a very long time, like would just spam solo queue, wanted to just destroy everybody. I still remember at the CLG house in Burbank, like you just spamming solo queue all the time. And I'm kind of curious, like you're now on Golden Guardians. A lot of people might think like, oh, he's just here to like hang out. You know, he found Golden Guardians. Like that's a cush team. If they just make it to playoffs, it's exciting. So where is your head at, despite what people might be saying?
No, I'm always gonna try my best to win. Like that's why I play. That's why I want to play competitive. Like I could easily just be a streamer and earn a lot of money too, but that's not what I want to do. So obviously, it's like the only thing I really care about is winning. So that's where my head is at.
So what do you think your chances are with Golden Guardians? Because again, like in some ways, it kind of feels like this is the team of misfits.
I think so far we have been doing pretty well in scrims. Obviously, everyone always says this, so not too much to take away from it. But I think the important part is really that everyone is able to work hard and work consistently, and not just like shove away problems if they appear. It's like actually being able to like discuss things with people, or like just clear it out or keep working on things, and instead of just like now we're angry at each other and now it doesn't work and everyone hates each other. There's no point. So if everyone keeps trying really hard and actually like focus on improving and like really wants to win, then I think we can win.
Could you have returned to LEC if you wanted to?
Yeah.
So why LCS instead of LEC? Especially given, as much as I'm loath to say this, that LEC has a better international record than LCS.
I really like NA. It's not like I was opposed to joining Europe again or going back to Europe. But where I am in my life and what I want to do, I felt like it was better for me to stay in NA.
Yeah. So what do you think Golden Guardians can accomplish? Like, what is the upper limits? Because I was just interviewing Hanser before this. I feel like this is a team where, like, when people are at their best, it's amazing, and when people struggle, it can be really rough. So it's very hard to place Golden Guardians. I'm curious about your perception.
I think it's really hard to say because, I mean, it's not like we have scrimmed every single LCS team, so it's hard to judge where we would fit in. I think we still have a lot to work on, regardless of how good scrim results have been. It's always going to be different when we get on the stage and when we start playing. And I haven't played with any of these players before, so I don't know how it will actually be on stage.
Yeah.
So it is really hard to judge, but I mean, I think we can win. So,
What do you think of the other mid laners you'll be facing? Because it's kind of a crazy year for mid laners. Like, you're coming back into action. We've got Niski on C9. We've got Crown coming over. Obviously, Jensen switched over to TL. So many more. So, what are there any that you're looking forward to face, or are there any that you have strong opinions on?
No, I don't really care about any of the other mid laners. Like, my job is not to like one-on-one, and this is the only thing that's going on. As I said, it's a team game, and teams like players have to help each other out. Like, I have to help other people have to help me. It's not just like straight up 1v1 like we have seen in the past. So I'm really just focused on like doing what I can and what's best for my team.
That's going to be so disappointing, I feel like, for a lot of Froggen fans who remember you just like styling on people in the past, and now you're like, well, I'll do whatever the team needs.
No, I mean, it's not like you can't make flashy plays or you can't play aggressive, but it is more like you can't just run into people over and over and be like, oh shit, I mean, if only I had a jungler I would win, you know? Like, what the hell is that?
Start yelling at contracts.
Yeah, like, he better gank. If he's not ganking, I'll be knocking on his door, that's for sure.
Good. Well, so I'm also just kind of curious what has been going on, because I'm sure a lot of people who maybe just follow LCS exclusively or esports exclusively, they don't really know what life has been like for you since you stopped playing.
Yeah, so I've mainly just been streaming. So in January, I went to Korea. I was there for a month, and I was there for the ranked reset. So like the second everyone started playing in LCK again, just tried to climb as high as I could. I got rank 6 on the ladder in like 3 weeks. Then after that, I went back to Europe. Was still streaming there, and then there was one account I played on in the mornings, and then I would stream later on in the day and just really just play like whatever champions are strong. And then on stream, obviously, like people know me for playing like Veigar, Lux, and Evi and stuff, so I can have more fun with that whenever I'm streaming. Especially because I'm playing so many games since I have a year where I'm not really doing much. So I was having a bit of fun with it. Then I joined Origin, ended up winning EU Masters. It was like a short 3-week thing, and then I went back to the US, and I've been like just streaming and talking with teams since then.
Do you think this meta will allow you to pull out some of the Froggen signature champions?
How the game is right now, it's pretty snowbally. So having champions that are weak early on in the game is not necessarily the best idea. So maybe not in the current state.
Well, I hope you say that in this interview now, and then like week 1, we just see a Lock-in and Evia.
Yeah.
It's like he's here.
Maybe it's strong.
Yeah, exactly. You just they'll never expect it.
Yeah.
What else? Let's see. How have you been preparing for like getting back into action, or do you feel like you've been back, like based off of all the solo queue you've been playing? Do you feel like you've been ready to go forever?
I mean, I've pretty much been ready the entire time. I mean, if you take EU Masters as an example, I got 5 days of practice with the team before the tournament started, and we ended up winning the whole thing 3-0 in the finals. Yeah. So it's like, I know it's weird whenever people take a break or have time off, but for me, I mean, I keep on grinding, I keep doing my thing, I know what it takes to win, and I know what I have to do, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. How much practice have you had with the guys?
We practiced for like 2 weeks in December, and then we started back up in January again. So we have like almost a month practice by now.
Yeah. What do you think of them?
Oh, I love the guys. I mean, they're a fun bunch. Yeah. I can mess with them, so that's what I want to do, you know.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but I've heard a rumor that you guys are creating kind of a fun video for the start of the season.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna try to make it fun or serious. Okay. I think either way it will be fun. Okay.
And was that fun working with all the guys on this? Because I saw a picture of you guys across a giant green screen.
Honestly, it's like we were all just napping in between all the shoots because we had to be up really early, like 5 a.m. So we're all just tired.
Very good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Is there anything you want to say to all the Froggen fans out there? Because, by the way, I have to say, I was doing these like streams in December where I was talking about all the different rosters, and there was nobody. I was like, I don't know about Froggen. You know, he's been out of the game for a while. I'm curious what he can accomplish. And like Twitch chat just hated it. They flamed me. They're like, Froggen is a god. Like, why isn't he the first pick?
The thing is, like, so there's 10 teams in LCS, and there's a bunch of games, right? There's no way anyone can watch all the games. And if I was like just a viewer, a fan, I really wouldn't pay much attention to like the bottom tier of the league. I would just look at like match threads to see whatever the stats are and stuff like that. So I can understand why people feel like that. But if you actually like go back and watch the games, it's like I have a lot of fans out there that just like really loyal and really want to watch me play, and that's why you have a lot of those people just going nuts at you if you try to claim something without like actually having watched all the games.
Yeah. Well, what do you have to say to all those fans out there that are out there cheering for you?
Well, thank you very much for supporting me. It's really awesome, and hopefully I can give it back to you guys this year.
Well, looking forward to seeing you bust out Anivia day one, because I think that's what we discussed, right?
Anivia and Pajama Locks.
Okay, there we go. I'm excited. You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, thanks so much for watching my preseason coverage. It's really important that you know this is brought to you by Alienware because they're sponsoring everything I do in 2019. It's very hype. I don't know if you've seen the video yet. It's on my channel. You can go check it out. It's the announcement video. It's great. Anyway, the point is that I'm really excited to be returning for LCS interviews this year. It's going to be rad. Those are coming up in just a couple of weeks. Until then, you've got this preseason coverage here. And if you could do me a big favor, go down and check the links in the description because there's some cool stuff down there, including, by the way, a link over to Alienware's site, dell.com/Travis. That helps me out. They just announced a bunch of cool stuff at CES, and so you can check out what they've done over there. It's really great. Can't wait to produce more content like this for you throughout the year, and stay tuned for that. Thanks so much.